Welcome to Brake Check. I'm Craig. And what do sprinters eat before they race?
They fast.
You're right. Yeah, he's right. They fast. That's pretty funny. You know, what are you doing on that thing? Get off that. We're trying to do a review here, and that's dangerous. Where's your helmet?
It's electric.
Where's your
saving
helmet?
The planet. Oh, well.
This is a family episode, clearly.
This is
and
a
there
family
you are,
tool.
recklessly riding around on a scooter without a helmet.
I'm solving the last mile.
Oh, good grief. Is that battery or gas?
It's battery.
Interesting. Let's talk about this.
The 2021 Chrysler Pacifica Limited.
Plug-in hybrid, which means it's got a battery like your scooter.
That's why they're the same.
Exactly. So, exterior-wise, Brian, what's so different about this compared to the previous year?
Not much has changed, transparently. Let's be honest. But the last one wasn't really ugly, but it's a little less feminine on the nose.
Right.
It has different headlights. They poke up here instead of completing down at the point.
It's a little more aggressive.
And they kind of took some lines from the current 300 Chrysler and just went, whoosh, and it works really well.
I think they're getting ready for the Hellcat.
I can't wait. I did meet with some Chrysler reps last spring and asked them flat out, when's the Hellcat coming to Pacifica? And they said, trust me, we've talked about it.
Okay.
Not that it's going to happen, but it's encouraging that they're thinking like,
we hope their engineers continue to go mad, because that would be awesome.
Yes. I love that they've spent now, in all honesty, they've spent a lot of time to make this work well. And we'll talk about that more in Dynamics.
Yep.
But it's a good group behind this car. They've done they've put a lot of thought into what a parent needs, and they've solved it, and it doesn't look terrible.
Look, Chrysler invented this entire segment.
Yes.
And they have been at the front of the innovation in this segment since then.
Totally. It's like Chevy with the Suburban and Ford with the Explorer. This is their segment. They made it.
And we'll talk about more of that in the review, so stay tuned.
Let's get inside.
Hey, Brian.
Hey, Craig. Yeah.
Why couldn't the bicycle stand up by itself?
I don't know, because gravity.
Because it was too tired.
No.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, I've got a joke for you, Craig.
What's that?
How many cars does Chrysler make?
I don't know.
4. Do you want to hear them?
Yeah.
Chrysler vehicles in 2021. The Chrysler Pacifica,
1.
which is the better crossover. The Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid, which we're driving right now.
That's the second vehicle?
Oh, hang on. Yeah. According to Chrysler.
Oh.
That's the Pacifica Prius. The Chrysler 300,
Okay.
which is it's the new Crown Vic.
Still only 2.
Right, great car. And the Chrysler Voyager, which is the
Voyager?
value Pacifica.
Is it the old school Town and Country?
No, it's this.
It's
this in a lower trim. Yeah.
Really?
Yes, it's not the Grand Caravan. It's none of that.
Interesting. So really they make 2, the Pacifica and the 300.
In variable trims of it, yeah. But if you go to the website, there's 4 cars from Chrysler.
Wow.
So that addresses some issues I had that we could rant on forever. Check out our podcast for rants. We've got plenty of those there.
One of the things you'll hear on the podcast, I'm sure, Brake Check Show podcast, is why not just call us a Dodge or a Ram? I'm
wondering if Dodge picks this up as a trim later on. Because the Grand Caravan's fading out.
Yeah.
And it's been a workhorse for them.
Yeah.
This is a really good chassis. It's all new.
It is.
It feels great.
Yeah.
So let's just talk about the interior. What's your thoughts? What's your plus? What's your minus?
Look, it's a minivan.
Yep, right.
I know, look, nobody cares about a minivan. We get it.
Right. I don't know why, but yeah.
The 5 people that watch this video, you're going to be rewarded because this minivans are amazing for people.
They're awesome. Look, whenever someone calls you and goes, Craig, I need a car.
Mm-hmm.
And your question is, what do you need to do with it?
Mm-hmm.
And the answer is, I need to move people.
Yep.
And they always hit you with, should I get the Pilot? Should I get a Expedition? Should I get, and the answer is always wrong. It's always wrong.
Yeah.
You should get a minivan.
Every time.
That's what you should, across the board.
Yes.
If you don't need a tow, and off-roading isn't an actual thing, which it isn't for most people, but some people have a small
90%
case.
of people.
Right. Most of the use cases point to minivan. They get better mileage. They haul people better. They're easier to get in and out of. They're great for kids' seats. When you drop kids off, you got the power door.
Yep.
All that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so you got dual, I love it. Dual sliding doors, remote. This is the limited trim.
Right, so it's loaded up.
So it's not completely loaded. There's a Pinnacle.
Which is beautiful, by the way.
Which has even more goodies than this.
But this has throw pillows. I mean,
yeah,
come on.
I mean, what has a throw pillow under $100,000?
Exactly.
But you have the panoramic moonroof in the first and second rows.
Right.
And if I was a kid, I would kill for this thing.
It's the best.
You have a third moonroof in the back.
Exactly.
Even the back seat's not a penalty.
At all.
The only penalty for the back row on this thing is you don't get the tablet attached to the back of the seat.
Right, exactly. Which just has games in it. And what are the games, Craig? You got chess. What else?
You get some built-in games. You get chess, bingo, checkers, and you can play against each other, or you can just play the computer.
Right.
And you also have an app called Are We There Yet?
Which is fun.
Which talks to the navigation if you got a route
planned in. It tells the kids how far they are.
So, pretty neat.
Which the kid's going to ask anyways, but at least as a parent you go, look, buddy, we got a system for that. Use it.
Right.
Okay.
But it also has it's a 7-seat configuration. We've got the captain's chairs in the back, and then a bench in the
with
back.
armrests on left and right for the back seats, which is nice.
And the third row is not a penalty for an adult, really.
No,
even
it's
I
really
mean,
not.
we'd rather sit in the middle still, but yeah, you got the, like you said, the 2 armrests. I mean, it's comfortable.
As a parent of young kids, something I want to commend in here is bag hooks. They're everywhere. There's two in front of each of us. There's 4 right here. There's a bunch in the very back behind the third row. We've got stow and go seating, which is awesome.
So let's go in the rear.
In the rear, very rear. Now, this is a hybrid,
Yep.
so there's a battery pack under our feet.
That's right.
Instead of having the stow and go in the middle row. But if you get the non-hybrid, that is an option.
You can still take these seats out. We did it earlier. It's not that bad.
No, it's pretty easy actually, because they are captains. They come off one at a time.
Right.
So one person can do it.
So it's not the biggest penalty.
Not at all.
Yeah.
You've got a really great console solution in the front. So we drove a Yukon Denali with a super trick, power, moving rear console. This is the same, except it works a lot faster.
Just pull it.
You just pull it
You
out.
just pull the button, yeah.
Not that that's not cool. It's just this is easier. You have plugs everywhere.
HDMI, USB, headphone.
Yep. You name it.
On both seats.
On both seats, and you've got
And a power
right,
outlet.
there's a full power outlet for like a laptop.
Right.
This is great.
Yeah, they've thought of everything.
Peasant walkers.
Yep.
Right. If you have a car sick kid, the visibility in here is great. That's really going to work well.
Here's what I like about it is Chrysler invented this segment.
Yep.
They were very innovative in creating this segment, and they've continued to stay the most innovative.
Right.
With the stow and go, with now the only plug-in hybrid available in a minivan.
Totally.
All the options here, the seats getting out of your way at the front so you can get in the back or put a car seat in.
Yeah. It's family. They instead of going to someone saying, "What do you want out of a minivan?" and they go, "I want more power. I want more MPG." They said, "No, I want to haul kids well," and they did all those things. That's what they did.
Exactly. So if you have kids or of any age, really,
Yeah.
and that's what your main concern is,
right,
and not looks or functionality off-road,
right,
this is the car to get.
On the off-road note, I want to add to that.
Okay.
You also can get this with all-wheel drive now. If you don't get the hybrid, you can get all-wheel drive with it.
That is true.
And what that now means is that those people that need all-wheel drive for like snow and inclement weather, not wheel in the air off-roading, but low traction on road surfaces and bad weather, solved. This has it now.
Solved.
So now there's no reason to go to the Suburban or the Expedition when this is really what you probably wanted anyways.
Right.
Cool. All right. With all out of the way,
let's drive this.
Let's drive it.
Okay.
All right, Craig.
You know what time it is?
It's time for dynamics. Punch it. 37.
Well, we're in a family area. We need to be careful.
Well, that's not safe to go more than that because we're in a family car, Craig.
Look, it's a minivan. Does it have to go fast?
No, but it needs to be, for safety reasons, to be able to get out of its own way. So what's the 0 to 60 on this?
8 seconds.
That's fast enough.
I think it is.
I would prefer it to be in the 7s because when we were kids, 0 to 60 and 9 to us was like, whoa, it felt amazing. 8's no slouch.
I don't think anybody buying this is going to say, oh, this thing's slow.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm getting at.
I also don't think anybody buying this is going to say this thing's fast.
Not at all. Not even
so. Is that fair?
I think it's fair.
That's fair.
It's totally suitable for the car. So let's talk about powertrain a little bit. We've got the awesome Pentastar 3.6 V6.
And
a
the
hybrid.
And the awesome.
Oh, ZF8 speed. Absolutely.
Yes.
Great transmission.
And
some hybrid tech shoved in the middle.
Yes.
Which is what? Tell us about that.
So it's a plug-in hybrid, this is the only minivan that's a plug-in hybrid.
Right.
So interesting move by Toyota with their new Sienna. They went hybrid only.
Which is a 4-cylinder variant.
Yep.
With a hybrid tech, kind of like the Prius tech shoved into it. With a bigger 4-cylinder.
Right.
But there is no plug-in option.
No plug-in option.
And there's no non-hybrid option. Whereas with Chrysler, you have regular, you have all-wheel drive.
Yep.
And which Toyota has as well.
Yep.
You have all-wheel drive and you have the plug-in hybrid, which you're only calling a hybrid, but it is a plug-in variant.
Right. And so it's interesting. So the regular variant of this Pentastar non-hybrid version gets about 22 miles per gallon combined.
Which is about standard fare for the minivan world.
Right. So
or 3-row crossovers, they kind of hang out in that turf as well.
When this is in hybrid mode, it gets 30 combined.
Okay.
The Toyota Sienna hybrid gets 36 combined.
Okay.
But this also has electric only mode,
which confuses everything.
Which is really confusing. So I'm just going to say its efficiency when it's in electric mode, which you can go 32 miles on the 16 kilowatt battery.
Right.
Because only about 12 to 13 kilowatts of that is usable. Okay.
What was any of that?
You can go. It takes 41 kilowatts to go 100 miles in this sucker.
Okay.
Does that make any sense at all?
No, not
okay.
at all.
No,
but
good enough.
What it means for me is that if you live 10 miles from your office, in theory, if you plug into a standard wall outlet at home overnight, you can go to work and back every day and use maybe no gas. If the generator never kicks on,
that is correct.
You might use no gas.
That is correct. So it does a good job of showing you what mode you're in.
It does. You know, if it's green, it's electric. If it's blue, it's gas.
It doesn't do a good job of letting you be in electric only mode if you want to.
Which I find that perplexing.
It's interesting.
So it's interesting. It's a plug-in hybrid, but they don't even really market it that way. They call it the
They call it just a hybrid.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like the tech is there, but because you can't lock it in that mode.
And I don't know why they decided to do that, because a lot of Toyotas you can plug-ins, you can actually, I want to be an electric only.
Right.
And it'll go as long as you can, and then it switches over to gas.
Right. So
this doesn't do that.
Yeah, I wish it could have a preference that way, but
Yeah.
that's okay.
But we've been driving around town this morning. We've been mostly in electric mode.
Pretty much. If you just drive it normally, you don't get into it. It kind of just stays there unless it needs to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Last thing I want to mention real quick is one of the coolest things in here. You hit this vehicle button and you hit controls. There's a fam cam.
Oh yeah, the fam cam.
The fam cam is pretty awesome.
Okay,
so.
all joking aside, if you have kids in a rear-facing car seat, you no longer need that stupid dome mirror that goes on their headrest. You look back from your mirror to their mirror to see if they're choking or not. You have a camera that tells you if they're choking, so you can see them choking.
The reason I like the fam cam is I think that's an actual useful feature.
Because you can see what's going on.
You can see what's going on, and if Johnny in the second row on the passenger side, you can zoom in on him.
Johnny, we know
Or
you're
if Sally in the back row is messing around, you can zoom in on the back row and see what's going on.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. Craig, it's time for a brake check first.
First.
The parent hipster score.
What is a parent hipster score?
It's a hipster parent.
Okay.
What does a hipster parent think of this thing?
Yeah, I'm with you.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1.
10.
9.
Sounds like you were close on this sucker.
I'm going to explain to you how I got there.
Okay, I'll explain. Okay.
This might be the most eco-friendly 7-seater that I'm aware of in our market.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because there is no other plug-in electric hybrid.
Yeah, I wouldn't go on that route, but I can. Yeah, that makes sense.
But it covers that. It gets good mileage.
Yeah.
It's got good tech,
Yep.
which is something that hipsters care about, and hybrid owners care about good tech.
Yep.
The only drawback I have is that although you can get all-wheel drive, you can't get it with the hybrid model.
Right.
It's not really off-road friendly. It's bad weather friendly.
Yeah.
So it doesn't get the proper, let's get in the Jeep and go off-road,
Right.
although you could do most of it with this.
Right.
All right, what say you?
Okay, I went with 10. Very good logic. I didn't go the same. We got to the same spot in a little bit different way. I was thinking about the old hipster scale.
Sure.
And a Prius being 10,
Right.
and the Raptor being 0.
Exactly.
And so I thought parent hipsters, family cars.
Right.
Like, is this not the most Prius-like family car you can get?
It is.
And so that's why I made it just give it a 10.
Well, I can give it that.
So that's what I was thinking.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But it really isn't going to get the proper off-road.
Maybe not the right logic, but that's how I got the money.
Because a hipster parent that wants to go outside with their kids might value the off-road aspect more than the hybrid
And
aspect.
I didn't think about that. I was just thinking the whole Prius-like family car.
Okay.
And I thought of this.
Now that we've already defined it, who's this car for?
Well, it's for families.
It's for families, right?
It's for anybody that wants to haul people.
And guess what? This is a really good one. We've driven a lot of the vans. You had a Sienna recently,
Yep.
which I didn't spend time in, but you did.
The previous gen.
Yep. You've owned Siennas. I've had a ton of Caravans. I've had a ton of these. While this is not the most dynamic minivan out there, the Grand Caravan is. This is still really good.
Okay, well, full disclosure, I'll say this about all the minivans I've been in. The Odyssey, the Siennas, all the ones you just mentioned. I haven't been in one I'm like, man, I don't like that. Because they're all so good. But having said that, this is really good.
Yeah, look, I've been in some minivans I haven't liked, but it's usually because the interior felt cheap and poor. But that may not be fair because of the generation I was in at the time I was in it.
Yeah.
So they're really all good. Like this is one of those cars you get and you live with it and you go, why are these everywhere? Why doesn't everyone have these?
They're comfortable. You sit upright.
You can haul a ton of stuff.
I don't understand it.
Like if you need to haul things out of the weather,
you can go to Disney.
You can go to Disney. You can have your dad jokes.
Tell dad jokes.
Yeah, exactly. It's a license for dad jokes.
Yeah.
And on that note, thanks for watching. If you like minivan reviews, stay tuned. We may do one again next year. And
hey, wait. What concert cost just 45 cents?
A picnic. I don't know.
50 Cent featuring Nickelback.
Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Why do melons have weddings? Because they cantaloupe.
Goodbye.